Whether you are new to my page or you've been following me since the beginning in 2020, there is something it doesn't take but just a second to find out or figure out about your auntie. I don't just vacation outside of the box. Oh, no. I have residency. I live out there. I do. I am different. I'm unique. Whether it be Durkee, see, that's how unique I am. They had to come up with a whole new world for me. Whether it be quirky, dorky, laugh snorting, real, raw, whatever it is. Everything that you see about me is me. And yes, I am fully aware, and I have been my entire life, that I'm not, well, your typical person. But I want to teach you something today. And if my beautiful best friend was still here, she would tell you. Although I am unlike so many other people in this world, there is one thing that I have in common with, I think, everybody. I have insecurities, just like the next person. I am here to tell you, Andrea would be laughing so hard right now. My whole life, even if I had to go to the gas station for something, even if it was just for a Dr. Pepper, you would never catch me leaving my house without a full face of makeup and my hair done. Let alone not rocking only half my eyebrows, because, I am a victim of the 90s tweezing. What happened to us? Well, it is what it is. And it is what it is for a lot of us, But really, there would never be a day that I would leave my home to go even for a 5-minute errand if I didn't have a full face of makeup on. I became a real estate agent here in my hometown in 2016. And for years on my Facebook, you would never catch me sharing myself with no makeup like I am now, or in my bedhead like I am now. And really, honestly, I would not share personal things or certain sides of who I was out of fear of being judged, or possibly out of fear of it affecting my business. Everybody that was close to me my whole life knew I was a psychic clairvoyant medium, but I was not going to be putting that out there on Facebook. No thanks. And then came TikTok. In 2020, during the hardest time this world has ever known, collectively we found ourselves held captive in our own homes, under quarantine, scared, sad. And many of us, like myself, who was an extreme social butterfly, suffocating in our own homes, unable to leave. The uncertainty and fear of 2020 was tangible. The fear of getting sick, or our loved ones getting sick, and God forbid we lose them. And we found each other here on TikTok. A place where, especially for me, in 2020, I live in a very small town. Well, I live in a small town, 40,000 people. But a place for me, especially, where I knew I could be me with no makeup, bedhead, and even expose the true beautiful sides of me that I was too afraid to share here publicly because of my career. I could just scream it from the rooftops, because where I live, no adults in my town had TikTok. So I found a place not only that I could find friends, but that I could be 100% myself. Was it scary? Of course. I'd lived my entire life hiding away the parts of me that I have later found are the most beautiful, out of fear of being judged. Fast forward a year, maybe a year and a half later, and I had found that I had gotten a large following. I had hit 1 million. And right around that time, people in Elko caught on. The adults did, and they started to download the app. But by then, I had found you guys. I had found my people, my community, the people that would accept and love me for everything that made me me, good, bad, or ugly. So what was a girl to do? Oh my. Start hiding away who I was, the reason you guys loved me, simply out of fear of the people in my hometown having this app? Worried that it might reduce or affect my business? No. Because you know why? By then, I had realized I am beautiful exactly the way that God made me, and there are 1 million people who love me for just exactly who I am. And so I had no choice but to continue on being your auntie, the exact person I am. 2.3 million followers, and a couple of years later, here I am. Right here, right now, on this day, sitting here, talking to you with my 90s tweezed away eyebrows, no makeup, my bedhead. And if I'm going to be for real, I know you know me well enough to notice, with puffy eyes, because I've been crying a lot last night. Something I would have never admitted on Facebook back in the day before TikTok, because I was trying so hard to hide away the fact I was human. Not only I was human, but I was different from most humans. But I have learned very valuable lessons in the past few days, and I want to share it with you. In January, the Rolling Stone magazine reached out to me because they wanted to do an article on me as one of the largest conspiracy theorists here on TikTok. It was actually the week that my beautiful best friend was leaving us. I was staying with her in her home, sleeping on an air mattress because I wasn't going to leave her side. I was tired. I was hurting a lot. And I wasn't thinking straight. But anyways, I was excited. Rolling Stone magazine? Are you kidding? I probably said Rolling Stones. I always say that. Don't come at me. But anyways, the Rolling Stone magazine wanted to write an article about me. I was like, okay. Y'all, I didn't think it through. And then I did the interview. About an hour and a half of talking with this writer. And you got to remember, guys, I have this great big gigantic heart, a good heart. I don't move sideways. I never think of people being manipulative or hurtful or having an angle, because that's just not the way your auntie thinks. So I always get blindsided, but whatever. But I did an interview with this guy, an hour and a half long conversation with him. And literally it was the day I probably shouldn't have, because I couldn't even remember the word corn when I was trying to make a shopping list with Andrea's daughter and mom, let alone form a sentence. But I did a whole interview with him. I shared a video with you guys because I was having a hard time even remembering my favorite conspiracy theories when I was doing the interview. At which point you guys said, Auntie, don't do it. Oh my gosh, they shred celebrities. They're mean. They're going to rip you apart. Especially, I do conspiracy theorist stuff. So try not to make me sound insane. I get it. I don't call them conspiracy theorists. I've been a critical thinker my entire life. So I know I've had the backlash. I've had the criticism. Oh, I'm not a stranger to being called crazy because I see the truth before other people are able to. Anyways, the Rolling Stones I did it again. The Rolling Stone wrote an article about me, and it was a long one. It was a big one. And it was titled something that if you would have asked me in 2016 on Facebook, if I would have been okay with it, I would have just probably peed my pants and ran away and hid. The title of the article was Realtor turned TikTok's biggest conspiracy theorist. But honestly, as scared as I was after you guys warned me about how horrible they were going to be to me and how long the article, it was a big one. There was so many words in there and so many opportunities for him to make me sound crazy or rip me apart. And honestly, aside from a few jabs and, the obvious, ultimately, I wasn't upset about the article. Not like some of my friends might have been because they're protective of me, but like my other friends said, hey girl, if they got your name in their mouth, you're doing something big. I received an email from a real estate agent that I had never met or known before. After she read the article, she felt extremely compelled to reach out to me and say this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me a lesson, because she explained she'd been on Facebook as a realtor just like myself for all those years, only sharing what she thought was acceptable, those parts of her that wouldn't affect her business, only sharing the parts with the public of her that she thought would be okay. Too afraid to share exactly who and what she was. Something all of us do. I know, or all of us have done, out of fear of being judged. That was the most beautiful moment of my life, getting that email from her. That was the moment I realized it's okay to be you. It's okay to be different. And it's okay to share those sides of you, because really, if we're all just sharing the same sides of us that we know are accepted, isn't that kind of boring? Aren't we all just pretending to be the same person when really none of us are? I bought myself my very first car this last weekend, or maybe the weekend before. It's all a blur. I am 47 years old, and I finally achieved a goal that I have wanted. As a single mom of 2 boys, most of my life I had not even gotten a bank account until 2005, but I did it. And I bought myself a Mercedes-Benz, and I was too afraid to share it because I got this great big humble heart, and people are struggling. Heck, all of us are struggling. But ultimately, as beautiful as the car is, the very real reason I bought that car, was the safety of it, to keep your auntie safe and alive for you, because of this stupid neck. A friend of mine has asked that I rebrand my real estate. She runs a real estate magazine, and I'm going to be on the cover next month. No, I'm sorry, September. My current brand is me, and it's beautiful. I'm standing in one of the most beautiful kitchens in Elko. Whew. But she said, Colette, you are not that person. You're not the kitchen realtor. You are so much more than that. And although a beautiful friend of mine had told me when I was at 1 million followers, you should really brand that with your real estate, I was too afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. In fact, I'm excited. So being a trailblazer and a trendsetter for actually sharing who you are, good, bad, or ugly, I'm proud of being that. I've just had to really work on being okay with sharing the accomplishments that I've achieved. Because again, I have this silly, beautiful, humble heart, and I never want to make other people feel bad. But in turn, I've hidden away things that I've worked very, very hard for. But not anymore. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Life is all about learning and growing and learning these lessons. And as smart as I am and I've grown to be, this is a lesson I just learned this week. Embrace everything about you, everything you are. good, bad, and ugly, quirky, dorky, laugh snorting, all of it. And my friends, that does include your achievements. Never be ashamed of how far you have come.